So for this activity, I want to use a tool called Cuinsenaire rods to practice adding and subtracting some fractions. So my first problem here is 2/3 plus 1/2. So 2/3 plus 1/2. Let's see how I could use that with my Cuinsenaire rods. Well, first of all, I need 2/3. So I'm going to move my slider so I have a 2 and then a 3. Okay, so there's 2/3. The top represents the numerator and the bottom represents the denominator. Now I want to add 1/2 to that. Okay, so there's 1/2. So far, so good, right? Now I can't just add these right now because they don't have a common denominator. So let me think about that. I have a 2 and a 3. To figure out what my common denominator should be, I'm going to make a chain of 2's. And I'm going to make a chain of 3's. And I'm going to see where they have the same length. Okay, so I've got some 2's. And now I have some 3's. And hey, look at that. 3 2's is the same as 2 3's. So I'm going to get rid of that extra 2. I now know that 2 times 3 is 6 and 3 times 2 is 6. So 6 is going to be my common denominator. 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 6 and 3 plus 3 is 6. Great. So that means I'm going to need to multiply or double the numerator and the denominator on this because I need 2 3's instead of just 1. So let me go get a 6. I know that's my new denominator. There we go. So 3 times 2 is 6. 2 times 2 is 4. So 4 is going to be my numerator here. Going to be 6. And my numerator this time, I did 2 times 3, so I have to do 1 times 3. 1 times 3 is 3. So I'm going to have a 3 on the top. Great. So now I can add them together because they have the same denominator. So my sum is going to be 7 over 6. And we'll talk about what that means in a minute. I am going to take a screenshot of this so that I can send it to my teacher. There we go. Taking my screenshot. And let me show you how to insert that in here. So you're going to have your screenshot and go up to Insert. And then you can do Image, and you'll be able to insert it directly from your drive. I'm on a different device, so I'm going to upload it from my computer, but you should be able to get it from your drive right there. That's where it should go. Mine is right here because I'm using a different kind of computer. And there's my picture showing my teacher how I did the Cuinsenaire rods. Now let's talk about what my work for this might look like. Well, I know that I took my 2/3 and I rewrote that as 4/6. And I took my 1/2 and I rewrote that as 3/6. Then I did 4/6 plus 3/6, and that equaled 7/6. And that's a perfectly fine answer. You may prefer to write that as 1 and 1/6. Those are the same thing. 7/6 and 1 and 1/6 are the same. So I'm just going to highlight those. Those are both correct answers. And I'm going to put them over here. My answer is 1 and 1/6 or 7/6, depending on your preference. So that's how you do this activity.